Day 2 of Colt Gray's sentencing hearing. Good evening, I'm Russ Spencer. The teenager faces life in prison for murdering 4 people, 2 students and 2 teachers at Apalachee High School 2 years ago. But will he have a chance at parole at any point? And that's what a Barrow County judge will decide. Fox 5's Kevin Stewart joins us live from the Barrow County Courthouse tonight in Winder with an update. Kevin?
Yeah, and the defense put on a witness that at sometimes sounded like a prosecution witness.
Colt Gray is a troubled child. That's something the prosecution and defense can agree on. The difference is the defense argues the 16-year-old is redeemable, that he should get a chance at parole. Defense witness Kevin Richards, who is a forensic psychologist who talked to Gray, points to the teen's dysfunctional household. Richards testified both parents used drugs.
I know defects was involved with the family at times, and like I said, both of the parents were having issues.
That Gray struggled with depression and paranoia and was not properly treated by his parents. Richards also testified the Apalachee High School shooter can get better if properly treated.
Yeah, I think so. Again, you're not talking about somebody who did this in their mid-20s, late 20s.
Oh my God, this is so dramatic. I know for all of you, I'm so sorry.
During Gray's tearful confession to an investigator played in court last week, the then 14-year-old said he heard voices and has schizophrenia. However, on direct testimony, Richards said, no, he doesn't. In fact, on cross-examination, the prosecution implied the teen killer is calculating, that he is exaggerating.
He's telling you he has psychotic symptoms.
Right.
But he hadn't told anybody treating him for months about it.
Right.
Isn't that a symptom that he's malingering to you?
It's possible.
Richards told Judge Nicholas Prim Gray had found a community online with people who love true crime, particularly mass shootings, including the Parkland, Florida high school killer Nicholas Cruz. He testified Gray is obsessed with Cruz.
They even talked about doing various sex acts with Nick Cruz if they ever got there, and that's kind of the level of obsession.
Prosecutors point to his online chats to show just how familiar Gray is with Cruz.
And he knows that when Nick was arrested, he heard voices.
Right.
You listened to Colt's interview, right?
Correct.
And he said basically the same things.
That he didn't remember?
He was arrested.
Yeah.
During Colt's interview with law enforcement the day of the shooting, he told them that Nick was notorious for faking his schizophrenia in his interrogation.
Yes, he did.
And we also heard a jailhouse phone call between Colt Gray and his mom where they talk about if he could get off using temporary insanity. Testimony resumes tomorrow. Going live in Barrow County, Kevin Stewart, Fox 5 News.
A very difficult decision ahead for the judge there. Kevin, thanks so much.